Hey, it's Dan Lier with Success Las Vegas X. Hey, it's Dan Lier with Success Las Vegas X, Hermosa Beach.
That's right.
Yeah, we're on location here. Hermosa Beach, one of my favorite places in the world, and I'm so grateful to have the CEO of Wirebuzz out of Scottsdale, Arizona, Mr. Todd Hartley.
It's really just a suburb of California. We all know that, right? It's great to be here.
Right, thank you.
Yeah.
This show's all about success. We profile the most successful and prolific people in Las Vegas. But today, we're here in Hermosa Beach with you. So, you're the CEO of Wirebuzz. Tell me about Wirebuzz.
Wirebuzz is a digital marketing agency, just like people have known for years. Search, social, email, sales conversion, but our real passion is how do we get people to buy at faster rates, right, for our clients, and 9 times out of 10 that happens with video. So we are a video marketing agency. We integrate all those tactics around video for sales conversion.
Interesting.
Yep.
So can I ask you who your client is?
Well, our clients are Fortune 500 companies that are really captains of industry, and we get in and understand what their business process is, what their products or services are, and then help them create sales funnels that move a prospect through that buyer's journey at rates they've never seen before.
Yeah, so as everybody knows, over the past probably 5 years, buying decisions are made differently now.
Yep.
Tell me about that.
Well, people don't read. It used to be, right? I mean, it used to be that businesses and salespeople would drop off literature, and they would also send people to their websites. But what we've discovered is that people are 4 times more likely to watch video.
Right. And
they comprehend at freakish rates when they start following a business video.
Right.
And then buy, at 144% more likely to buy after watching a business video than people that don't.
Right.
So really all we're trying to do is understand the psychology of today's buyer, what their attention span is, because candidly, you've always got to get somebody the right amount of information before they can make a buyer's decision. You agree with that, right?
Of course.
And most people are still operating in yesterday's mindset, really like a 1990s playbook. It's whoever the boss is and what they saw their boss do. But if people aren't reading and you're still relying on that education to be absorbed before somebody buys, you have to start figuring out what are the ways that people prefer to learn. And people prefer to learn through video.
No question.
So that's where video becomes a business tool.
Right, so you've created an opportunity where Fortune 500 companies or even small businesses can utilize your service to increase visibility, educate the buyers, and make the selling cycle shorter.
Absolutely.
That's brilliant.
That's the whole game.
That's the game, right?
And my career is I used to run digital for 7 of the largest nationally syndicated talk shows in Hollywood. Anybody can do the marketing part. I mean, the marketing part takes some really smart savvy. But where the rubber meets the road is where you integrate the marketing with the sales so you can have some real trackable ROI.
That's exactly right. So before we jump into what's made you so successful, your background is just prolific. So tell me about some of your radio background, the people you worked with, if you can.
Yeah, so I used to be a talk show host in Phoenix. I was on the #1 show in Arizona for 4 years. But what really put me on the map was I started a news site. That news site went crazy viral. This is in the early days. This is when Google was just a baby and YouTube wasn't even born yet. And we were quickly getting, when I say we, what I really mean is me, because I was the only person. But we were generating, there I go again, we were generating 36 million unique visitors a year on 0 advertising and 0 marketing dollars. So really the key is you've got to understand what your target audience is looking for. You got to create really smart content that's valuable to that end user, and you got to start developing a relationship with them. And that started my career where Hollywood reached out, and before I knew it, I was back home in LA and working on national programs, and that was a lot of fun.
And you were helping nationally known radio hosts expand their careers, and get more followers and increase revenue,
That's right.
So you learned in that space.
What I really learned is if you lifted up the hood, by the way, when each one of your shows has 20 million to 30 million weekly visitors to the website, you can look into the analytics and you can see what triggers people and what they're more likely to click on. It's like having the keys to the kingdom.
Right.
Right? This is what Facebook knows today, because they've got 2 billion people in their audience that are now members of Facebook, and they use it regularly. And what they're constantly seeing are metrics about a changing consumer.
Right.
And so they keep adjusting their business in order to get in front of that consumer. And that's all my business is really about. Right.
That's brilliant.
Right.
That's brilliant.
Cool.
Those of you who are familiar with Hermosa Beach, that's the beach house.
Yep.
People who know this area know this is the beach house. And so to be doing this Success Las Vegas show here, I think this is the new strategy.
This is what it is, right?
We're doing all Success Las Vegas on Hermosa.
And in the interest of full disclosure, both Dan and I lived here in Hermosa. It's a special place to us. So when we were going to do this, we figured, why not do it where it all began, right on the beach?
Yeah, we weren't here at the same times in our lives, but we still had times here.
Yep.
And you're hearing what is that?
That's a lifeguard vehicle going
Someone's
by.
having some issues. So we have volleyball courts in front of us, the pier here on Hermosa Beach, Pier Avenue, and then we got the ocean. And nice,
yeah,
nice. So let's get back to success. Tell me about you, Todd. There's a lot of people in your space. There's a lot of competition. What makes you, as a human being, what makes you successful? What made you climb the ladder to where you are today?
The first thing you need to know is I'm just obsessed with getting better every day. That doesn't just happen for the office. It doesn't just happen for my clients. It happens for me physically. The first thing I do is I will get up and I'll crush a run, and then my wife and I will do typically a high intensity interval training workout.
Nice.
First thing in the morning.
Nice.
So before I get to the office, I've already put in an hour at my desk at home.
You're feeling good.
What I did
Boom.
is I tamed the manic.
Right.
Because we've all got this energy inside of us, especially if you're a high performance person. That manic might be a little bit too much in the office for people. So I drain that, turn it into something constructive, come into the office, and I'm clear and I'm ready to take on my tasks. But every day, like clockwork, I spend at least an hour reading where the digital marketing industry is going.
Right.
You can't be a video guy and just be successful.
Right.
You can't be a search guy and just be successful, or social or email. You've got to understand where all those roads flow in. And everybody's business falls under the same type of template, just with different terms or acronyms.
Right.
Right?
Right.
And for me, if I'm reading where my industry's going, what I'm really discovering is how to get there before other people.
Right.
So earlier you said to me, I'm sure you've got a lot of competition out there, but I actually feel like, because I know where the road's going in digital,
right,
I feel like there's very little competitors.
Right.
And that's a unique advantage that I bring to my clients and their projects.
Yeah.
And that's why in my 7 years of Wirebuzz, we haven't lost a client yet, because we continuously over-deliver.
Let me ask you this question. A lot of people start up, and by the way, you just moved into a brand new office, right?
Yep.
Beautiful office. You ever get down to Scottsdale, Wirebuzz?
Yeah.
It's incredible.
It's pretty awesome.
It's off the hook.
Yeah.
I mean, when you walk in there, thoroughly impressive and amazing, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah, and your wife is a spiritual guru and a healer.
Yes.
So Todd has meals in there for his employees. He has special workout zones, and oh my God.
Let me tell you how this happened, okay? So I was speaking somewhere for Google. San Jose. And they said, please, we'd like to have you come to Google and meet the team and blah, 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 and come to some meetings. And as I went on my Google tour, when I left, I called my wife and I go to Costco, buy a bunch of food, or we're gonna lose everybody to Google. That's how it got.
Let's face it, there's a lot of adversity to get to success. So how do you, a guy who's achieved so much, I know you've been knocked down before.
Sure.
So how do you deal with adversity?
Well, I don't take it personally.
Okay.
I use it as an opportunity to build off of it.
Okay.
Generally, if there's some adversity going on, I don't ever want to approach it again.
Yes.
Right? So, I mean, that specific problem. So my first rule is I can make a mistake once.
Yes.
And my team has the same philosophy. We can make the same mistake once, but we can't make it time and again.
Right.
Right? We got to learn from it the first time.
Right.
So we're always educating everybody on the team.
Right.
If one of us drops the ball, let's take a few moments and let's discuss this problem so we know how to get ourselves out of it the next time it happens.
Right.
Right? It's cheaper to do it then.
Right.
The other thing is, I think it all boils down to relationships.
Yep.
if a project's going to go off the tracks,
Yep.
and we all know that we've been through enough projects that eventually things will go off the tracks. But if you can be accountable, if you fess up long before anybody sniffs it out,
So you're being honest.
you're being honest, and you come with a solution, people don't have a problem with that. People have a
correct.
problem with hiding,
That's correct.
right? So you don't ever want to be that person.
No. So that's part of your team culture as well. It's just fess up, let's talk about it, and here's a solution.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Well, I learned it from waiting tables.
Oh.
Because if you screw up an order, but you walk right up to the table and you kneel down, even a little bit lower, which is you're humbling yourself,
Yes.
just like you would with a client, and you go, by the way, I want to let you know this, and this happened. I've already taken care of it. The chef's aware of it. Everything's going to be solved in 10 minutes. What can I do in the meantime to... People are totally fine with honesty.
They're like, are you kidding me?
Right?
Right.
So, but adversity has multiple sides to it. So get back to your question. I think a good portion of my life story is dealing with adversity.
Yeah.
And I've learned to just thrive on that.
It's part of your life.
And to also make it a rally cry.
Right.
Get stronger when you go
Right.
through it.
Because it really is part of success, right?
It's part of success.
I talk about failure and adversity is part of the success process.
Right.
You cannot get to where you want to go without going through that process.
And you can't be scared of it when you're going through it.
Right.
I mean, look, your college basketball team that you were on won 2 national championships. That's won not in the fourth quarter.
That's right.
That's won in the last 2 minutes.
That's right.
And that's where you have to be able to go through adversity and come out looking strong at the end.
Yep.
Right?
They got to execute.
Got to execute.
Right. What I'm hearing is if you're talking to a young person looking to be successful at anything, or entrepreneur, solopreneur, or salesperson, you've got to have some kind of a routine that you follow.
Yep.
You follow a routine where you get up and work out. Whatever their routine is, you got to be consistent, right? Secondly, you're consistently educating yourself. You're looking for ideas. You want to stay ahead of the curve. You're not waiting for the market and then you move to the market.
Right.
Right. Number 3, how you handle adversity is you don't take it personal. Right, then you use it as a learning lesson to grow from, and so you don't make the same mistake. And you're just open and honest. If you do make a mistake, you fess up right away because you know inside if you made it, and it hurts you as a person. So those are some great principles for success.
I want to add something here.
Please do.
For people that are interested in digital marketing or online marketing, be comfortable being an early adopter. Now, the reason I say this is when I'm speaking, one of the questions that people will come up after and they'll whisper to me as if I've got some golden secret. The question they're asking is, what social network should we be invested in right now?
Right.
Okay. And my answer is generally the new ones, because early adopters are the ones that spring forward.
Right.
They create a social following long before others arrive.
Right.
And then become the guru of that space.
They do.
So if you went back to Twitter when Twitter was just a baby, the key would be to be on Twitter first, rock that space, create followers,
Right.
look for the next one. Most people have the opposite approach. They're like, well, where is everybody now? Because I'm not going to show up at the party until the party's going down.
Then I'm coming to the party.
That's the wrong time.
That's a great philosophy.
It's like stock. When people have already bought in, it's a little late for you
Money's already
to
been made.
skyrocket.
Yeah. That's a great point and a great philosophy.
Right.
So Todd, how can people get a hold of you?
Well, I'm easy to get a hold of, Todd Hartley on all the social networks. As a search geek, my name's going to come up first.
Yep.
And wirebuzz.com is my website. And I host 2 podcasts a week, Video Marketing Mastery. And the interesting thing about a video guy, people say, what's a video guy doing hosting a podcast?
Right.
Right? And I want to tap into all of your areas.
Right.
When you're in front of your computer and you're able to watch video, or you're on your mobile device.
Right.
But when you're on the go or you're at the gym, I want to be in your ears.
Right.
Right? So there's different Todd at different platforms, and I'll be easy to find.
That's phenomenal. Todd, you're incredible.
Awesome. Thank you.
This is Dan Lier at Success Las Vegas X, Hermosa Beach. And this is brought to you by crushyourquota.com. So if you're out there looking for some success, how to build your sales tools, I want to share with you people like Todd, people that can share it, but when you're ready to get trained, crushyourquota.com, or you can train with me for 12 months. Thanks for showing up, continued success, and let's rock and roll.
I'll give you a shaka because I'm on the beach. Yes!
All right.